Shalom, beloved. Shalom, family. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. I want to do this lesson, I want to put this message out there dealing with the end times. And I know people have been saying that for a while. And, but I think, with this information that we're seeing today, that the times before have never been as great as it is now when we look at all the things that are happening around us. So with this message, I think that we can really see that, like the proverbial knock at the door, we're close, upon the expression, those that get it, but it's like at the knock at the door, right? But anyway, with that being said, we're going to get off into this lesson, to this message. But let me start off by first giving all glory and honor to the creator of the universe, to Heavenly Father Yahweh, and to his son Yeshua HaMashiach. And like to send out a greeting also to the brothers and sisters that are helping wake up, our people, right? To the 12 tribes scattered abroad, and to the Gentiles that are joined to us in sincerity. To you guys, I say shalom. So, tell you what, let's do this here. No. Man. Let no man deceive you, right? Let no man deceive you. Let's do this here. Let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Right? Matthew chapter 24, we're going to start off at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples come unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Right? So that's what we're talking about. We're trying to find out what are the signs. And, like I said, last week, or a few weeks ago, we went over the signs, in the stars, the moon, and the sun, we had a few videos on that, right? And there's a lot of brothers and sisters put up some great information, like I said, dealing with that and showing you how divine it is and what times we're in. So let's go ahead and extend this, to see what other information that how we can put together and see how these times are different than times before when people were saying this, right? So let's go to verse 4. And Yeshua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, right? That's what we're trying to get. We're trying to find out, right? Okay, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many, right? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass before the end, but the end is not yet. Again, the end is not yet. Like I said, so, but we're getting close, right? Like I said, we're proverbial, almost getting close to knock at the door, right? Let no man deceive you, right? For many shall come in my name and deceive many. Let's do this. I know a lot of people don't like this, but I tell you what, let's do this. I know a lot of people don't like this, but we have to run this down. We have to run this down. We have to run this down, family. Christianity. Again, a lot of people don't like to hear that. But Christianity has deceived a lot of people. How? Christianity says the law's done away with. And the Most High didn't say that. Right? Christianity say that they have replaced the children of Israel. The Most High didn't say that. Christianity not only say that it replaced the Most High's people, but it changed the Most High's date. You know, the holy day to the first day of the week from the seventh day of the week, right? You know, because the Most High said keep holy the Sabbath. Okay, I tell you what, let's run some of these down, because I put that out there. Let's run some of these down. Let's go to Exodus. Let's go to the book of Exodus right fast, because I don't like to really just throw stuff out there. Let's get some scriptures to edify that, right? Let's get some scriptures to edify that. Exodus chapter 20, right? Chapter 20, and let's go down to verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, right? For 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy works. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh, thy Elohim. And it thou shalt not do any work, nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor the stranger that is within thy gates. So the Most High says that the seventh day is the day of rest. But Christianity says is no, that is it's you know, the first day of the week is the day now, right? Again, they want to replace the children of Israel. Let's do this here. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to the book of Luke. I mean, not Luke, Salah. Let's go to the book of Romans. Let's go to the book of Romans. Book of Romans chapter 11. I say then, hath Elohim cast away his people? Elohim forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. For Elohim hath not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Okay? So we're going to stop it right there. So, but Christianity say, no, they have replaced the children of the Most High. They're the new church, right? They're the new body, right? But again, the Most High didn't say that, you know? And people like to say, well, you know, in the Old Testament, those things were, you know, but the New Testament, the Most High changed all that. But again, you know, for the simple, they're going to say that, you know what I'm saying? But for the people that really want to stand on that the word of the Most High be true and every man be a liar, we know that's not at all true. But anyway, Christianity, let no man deceive you, right? Deceive, change the identity of the people, right? Change the day of rest, so on and so forth. I'll tell you what, let's do this here. Let's do this. It came across my mind. Let's do this here. Let's do this here right fast. Let's do this right fast. I'm going to look up the term New Christian, right? The term New Christian. Okay. New Christian refer to mainly persons of partial or full Jewish or Moorish Muslim descent who converted to Christianity and their descendants. After the expulsion of the Jewish population of Spain in 1940, in 1492, so it's a lot, in 1492, and Portugal in 1497, all the Jewish population in Liberia became officially Christians. What they're not telling you is that's a forced conversion. You can go look that up on and find that out in a lot of these what they call Papa Bulls, right? These dumb diverses. You're gonna find out that these people, there's a forced conversion. It wasn't a willing conversion. So again, Christianity. Forced conversion, change the day of the Most High, right? Change the dietary law, change the identity of the people. I mean, there you go. We just starting off now. This let no man deceive you. Replacement theology. It's part of the deception. I think I mentioned that in one of the other videos. You know, Tell you what. Let's do this here. let's go to Luke. I mentioned Luke. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke. All right. Let's go to Luke. Okay, Luke chapter 21, verse 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck. In those days there shall be great stress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. Who's behind the transatlantic slave trade? Christianity. Christianity was behind the slave trade. Forced conversion, right? Who was in the land at the time? The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire. The Catholic Church in Rome is an extension of the Roman Empire. Again, we let's connect the dots, right? Led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles fulfilled. Tell you what. We're gonna come down. Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles till the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis right fast. Let's go to Genesis chapter. Let's go to Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Medal, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Rehoboth, and Togarmath. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, and Kiddim, and Dudanim. These are the isles of the Gentiles, divided in their lands, every one after their tongues, after their families, in their nations. Tell you what, let's do this. Ashkenaz. Let's do this here. Ashkenaz. Sound familiar, huh? Ashkenaz. Ashkenazi. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's jump up to, let's go to Genesis chapter 9, and we're going to go to verse 27. Elohim shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So Japheth have a son named Gomer, and Gomer has a son named Ashkenaz. Right? Ashkenaz. And they're in the land. They're in the land. Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So you mean to tell me there's a people in the land that call themselves Ashkenaz, call themselves Jews, but Judah will come from Shem. Ashkenaz come from Japheth. So how can you have Jew will be Shemitic. But again, we just read that Japhet shall dwell in the tents of Shem. So there's an imposter. There's an imposter in the land saying that to the people, let no man deceive you. See how people, they converted all people into Christianity. And then they got together and gave them the land. So, tell you what, we don't come back. We don't come back. Let's do this. Let's do this hip hop right fast. Let's go to Psalms 83 right fast, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back because it's just a lot. It's just a lot. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to Genesis because we're gonna run this down. Psalms 83. Keep not thy silence, O Elohim. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Elohim. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. It's crafty counsel, that's deception. And consulted against thy hidden ones, hiding their identity. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay, so you converted the people, took their identity, and then let another people replace them so that the name won't be not remembrance. And then, as long as you call yourself Christian, nobody's mad. You call yourself an Israelite, a so-called, you call yourself a Jew, or you say you're real Jews, people mad. But I thought the Jews were converted. You see, when you line it up, you begin to see the deception. Let no man deceive you. They have taken crafty counsel. Now, we're not going to go through all the names, but you know, the descendants are there. The descendants are there, right? But let's go back to Genesis. I tell you what, let's do this here. Tell you what. Let's get this here. The tents, right? The tents. We're going to go to the exhaustive concordance of the Bible, right? Tents, right? Let's do this here. Okay. H168. Okay. Let's fix that. Okay, that means tent. That means home. And house. Right? So, somebody is dwelling in the house of Shem. The home of Shem. The tents of Shem. The nation, the land, so on and so forth. So, Japhet, Ashkenaz, is dwelling in the tents of Shem, calling himself the people. This is why they get mad. You don't get mad when you call yourself Christianity. Remember, it was converted. They say that the Jews, the Jewish people, and the Muslims were converted. We just read that. But when you start looking up these people that was converted during 1492, this was a time when the transatlantic slave trade started. And what were these people expelled to? They was expelled to the island of St. Thomas. and other parts of west coast of Africa. So you mean to tell me that these people converted, new Christians, then dropped off on the west coast of Africa, and nobody's put these clues together? Oh, these people know this answer. They know the clues. They have put on, because they're the ones behind the crafty counsel. See, this is even why it started even making more sense when you start looking up, the Berlin Conference. All of these things are in conjunction, because the same nations that was part of the Berlin Conference, some of them, were the same people that was behind the conversion. Spain, Portugal, right? Because they would know where these people were. They would know where the exiles, the real Jews were. They knew where they were. And you find it weird that all this was right behind, the so-called what they say after the slaves were free, right? I know in the United States, I think it was 1885 or something like that. I tell you, let me look it up right fast. Let me look it up right fast, because I want to be right in the date. Let me give me 1 second. My bad. 1865. 1865. Okay. I got my dates mixed up. 1865. The Berlin Conference happened in 1885, 1884, something like that. That's what it is. I got my dates mixed up. But again, around the same time. So after slavery ended, especially in the United States, some nations abolished slavery a little bit earlier. But my point is, why these same people got together for the Berlin Conference? And where did they go at? They went to the west coast of Africa, because they would know where the children of Israel were. They would know where the real people are, because they converted them. Again, the crafty counsel, let no man deceive you. Let no man deceive you, right? You find it weird. Again, people say, again, that all this stuff is, and especially our people in Christianity, they try to act like it's hard to find this information. No, it's not hard. And again, like I said earlier, people say, well, people been saying this the end times forever. But they haven't been saying that, but they have not had all these clues and all this information. The state of Israel, right? Let's do this here. State of Israel happened in 1948? It's 20, depending on what time of year it was. That's 70, 75, 76 years. 75, 76 years. That's like a generation. We're in that time. We're in that era. Because all these things are happening. Signs of heaven. This information coming out, let no man deceive you. You've been deceived. You was converted. I tell you what. Let's do this here. Led away captive into all nations. Led away captive into all nations. Let's do this here. Remember, let's go to Isaiah. What that is, Isaiah 46. Let's go to Isaiah 46, chapter 46, verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The Most High declared all this here. He said that he told, again, he gave the Messiah the Spirit. He said, let no man deceive you. You shall fall by the edge of sword, shall be led away captive in all nations. right? Deception. Let no man deceive you. They took up crafty counsel to hide their people, the conversion, hiding their identity. I'll tell you what, led away captive. Let's go. Let's do this again. Let's go back to Genesis. Let's go back to Genesis. Because these are things that were written before. These things were spoken in ancient times. Genesis chapter 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know for a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that's not theirs. And they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. So we had again, like I said before, we had the 400 year end. We had the 400 year, right? What that was, 1619 to 2019, and you can go look this up. You can find out that the first slave ship arrived in the Americas in Point Comfort in the United States in 1619 to 2019. It's 400 years. 400 years. And then the state of Israel came a nation state 1948, 76, 75 years, right? The conversion, right? Conversion with children of Israel, taking them out of their identity, right? You know? Again, when you start looking at all these things are coming together in a time frame. The Most High's prophecies are lining up. The Most High's prophecies are lining up. But they try to hide the identity of a people. But when you plug in the people, all these things begin to line up. There had to be a people in the land. It's a generation. There had to be a people in the land. Then Israel had to go into captivity. 400 years. They had to serve that 400 years. Let no man deceive you, right? Let no man deceive you. You know, once they converted them, because this was explained, he was talking to the children of Israel. How did he deceive them? Through Christianity. Through taking their identity. Stopping them from being a nation. 400 years. Replace them with another people. Right? Right? There shall be people, Japheth shall dwell in the tents of Shem. But Japheth shall dwell in the tents of Shem, in the house of Shem. That wasn't happening. That only started happening within a time frame this was being fulfilled. Because our people had to answer for their iniquities as well. So all these things are within a time frame and they line up. They line up. But again, it's only when you start putting all this information together, it begin to line up and make sense. Because the Most High's prophecies have to be fulfilled. The word of the Most High have to line up. So it don't matter when people tell you that they've been saying that, but guess what? These people was the state of Israel wasn't a state in 1619. So prior to that, it couldn't even line up. The signs of heaven, going into captivity into all nations, right? And the main nation that was behind it was the United States, and then they made an olive in the Tav, right? An olive in the Tav over the United States, which means 400, right? With 400 for the, right? 400 for the servitude. Again, everything lines up. Everything lines up. It should be laid away captive in all nations, right? Israel, Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentile till the time of the Gentile fulfilled. I mean, everything lining up. Everything line up. But again, like I said, for those get it, they're going to be those that will not get it. But there are those that say, oh, it's perfect, line it up. The Most High is His word, again, like the scripture said, that the word of the Most High be true and every man be a liar. Again, and any of these things, you can go look this history up. And I guarantee you, when you look this history up and you match with the Bible, it's going to fit perfectly. It's going to fit perfectly. But that's why they had to, again, deceive. They're going to deceive many. They're going to deceive many. And the sad thing about it is, all these, you can look up all these outside sources and see that, and it plugs right in with the Bible. You can look up outside sources about when the state of Israel came. You can look up when the transatlantic slave trade happened. You can look up the term Ashkenaz, what these people call themselves, Ashkenazi Jews. You can look up then connect go right out back to the Bible. Go all the way back to the Bible. But anyway, like I said, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that I have not even seen yet. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that I haven't even seen yet, and a lot more dots I could connect. So anyway, with that being said, family, I hope that you guys get something out of this message. And for those, again, like I always say, for those that are still struggling and accepting and receiving this information, it's a lot. If you are sincere about your walk, you're sincere about your faith, your belief, you're sincere about trying to find the truth out, again, pray about it, maybe if you have to fast about it. But again, it's not like we just started out with this. This been out there for years. It's just been hidden, and it was hid purposely. And this is why people get uncomfortable when we call ourselves the real. But if we call ourselves this, nobody have a problem with that. And you find it weird, and I'm gonna leave it here. You find it weird that these people are in that land, but I thought the land belonged to these people. But there's no argument about them being Christianity being the land, but they're trying to get rid of these other people that are in the land, which is a whole nother subject within itself, a whole nother lesson within itself. But they don't get mad when we call ourselves this, but they get mad when they call. Why? Because they know the truth. And why these people are not kicking these people out of that land? Because they both got dirt on each other. They both know the truth. Let no man deceive you. With that being said, as usual, peace, love. Shalom.